Hey guys, let's go over our Carden workbook exercise on the Vocabulary Review 1. A good Carden scholar is always learning new words and really analyzes the words to see what job they're doing and uses a resource, always using a dictionary or some kind of a resource to find out things that they don't already know. So a quick reminder, a noun is a name. It names a person, place, or thing. An adjective, that D reminds us it describes. And an adjective is never alone. It always has a noun after it that it's giving us more of a description of. And a verb in Carden, we call it a doing, like when we do our sentence analysis. And a verb is an action. And we always we make our V in verb. Our little friend Vern, who's always very, very busy and always doing something. Let's make sure we can read all of these words. Spine, refuse, indicate, task, independent, distinguish, title, posture, famous, inquire, exaggerate, immense, apologize, popular, and satisfactory. Okay, so on number 1, to get more facts by asking questions is to inquire. And inquiring is a verb. It's the doing that involves asking questions. Number 2, when something is as good as it has to be, it is satisfactory. The root word of satisfactory is satisfy. It's an adjective describing something as being good enough. If something is liked by many people, it's popular. That's why we call pop music. We call it pop music because it's popular and a lot of people like it. That's an adjective describing something as being liked by many. Number 4, to point out or show where something is to indicate where it is. And that's a verb. It's the doing that involves pointing something out. Number 5, the name of a book is a title, and it's a noun. It's the name of the formal thing something is called. And usually titles are proper nouns, so we would capitalize them, right? To say something is much more than it really is to exaggerate. You're doing something when you exaggerate. To say that you are sorry is to apologize, and you are doing something when you apologize, so it's a verb. Known by very many people is famous. And that's an adjective describing something as being well known. And there's a difference between the word popular and the word famous. You can be famous, but not necessarily liked. So popular and famous, they're similar, but the difference is being famous means you're well known. Being popular means you're well known and also liked. A job you have to do is a task, the name of something that you have to do. Number 10, that you are able to do things yourself means you're independent. This little IN, that prefix is very important. Just those 2 letters can totally change the meaning of a word. It means not. So this means not dependent. You don't depend on anyone. Independent. Your backbone is your spine, the name of part of your skeleton. And animals that have a backbone, let's do a little science connection. Remember, those are vertebrates. Vertebrates. Group of animals that have a spine. Number 12, to say that you won't is to refuse. You are doing something when you refuse, so it's a verb. Number 13, if something's very large, it is immense. And that's an adjective describing something as being large in size. Let's do a little math connection here. When I think of something being immense, I think of the unit of measure of a ton. And do we remember that a ton is 2,000 pounds? And a football weighs about a pound. A baby elephant weighs about a ton. To tell the difference between things is to distinguish between the two. And that's a verb. You're doing something when you're finding a difference. Think about a set of twins and maybe one of them has a little freckle on their cheek. That's the way you can distinguish between the two. The way you hold yourself when you stand, sit, or walk is your posture. And that's a noun. It's the name of how you post your body on your feet or your chair.